There, that's better.
Hello, my name is John Fowler.
Oh yeah, people. It's going down. Yes, it is. It's going down, people. Hey, Jolie, how you doing? Here I am at the lovely Loves in Pueblo, Colorado on this beautiful day. And I can tell you, I'm getting kind of sick of being here. Let's play some of my music here that I made myself on my GarageBand app. Quite proud of it, actually. All right. Enough of that. So anyhow, here I am at the Pueblo, Colorado Loves. I've been in Pueblo since Monday night. This is Thursday morning. And let me tell you a little story of a trucker named John. Maybe I'll keep my theme music going in the background. So I got here Monday night, and I told the story earlier, I think on the video the other day maybe. I came up, picked the load up in Phoenix, and by the time I got to Albuquerque on Monday, on the way up from Albuquerque to here, to Pueblo, about 300 miles or whatever it is, and I got a stop engine light note, on the dashboard, big red stop engine light, and it did look like it was overheating a little bit, not too much, but it was a little bit higher than normal. So I was like, oh shit, So I found a place to pull over off the freeway, big dirt area. I pulled over, and I popped the hood, and the water level was okay. It was like right at the line, it wasn't, so there was still water in it. Nothing was smoking, nothing was steaming. I went around and looked at, I know I've had problems with these coolant lines and stuff that go into the heater core and all that. I've had problems with those connections before, and then with the clamps and all that kind of stuff. And I did see at that time a couple of drops, just a couple of little drops coming down. So I was like, must be something with that. I don't know. But anyhow, I had water, carry water, so I put in about 3 gallons of water. And so I was thinking, okay, maybe I can limp into another, truck repair shop or whatever. So I go. So I'm driving down the road and heading, north on I-25 in New Mexico, just north of Albuquerque, about halfway between Albuquerque and Santa Fe, I guess. And the truck seems to be running fine, but the stop engine light is still on, and the temperature gauge was okay. There's a couple points where it did get a little high, just 20 or 30 degrees higher than normal, but then it dropped back down to normal. It usually runs about 180 degrees normal temperature, unless I'm climbing a grade, then it goes up, right? And then when you get back on level ground or downhill, it'll cool back down. And so it just seemed to be pretty normal. And you know how you can smell that radiator smell, that hot overheating smell. I didn't smell any of that. Everything seemed fine. I was just really nervous as hell about that stop engine light because it was still on. So as I got to the next town, I got to Santa Fe, and I was like, well, I'm going to keep going. Then I got to Las Vegas, New Mexico, and everything's fine. I'm like, okay, I'm going to keep going. I got to Russell, New Mexico, because there's a truck stop there, but I think their garage, I don't know if their garage is in business or not. But anyhow, all these little things, I kept looking at rest areas and truck stops, and I'm looking at that dashboard. I see that stop engine light, but I'm looking at the heat, the temperature gauge, water temperature gauge, everything seems fine. I'm not seeing any steam coming out of the hood or anything. Everything's running fine, nice and smooth, and seems cool. But still, I'm nervous as hell, right? Because I don't want to blow my engine up. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna keep going. I'll just keep an eye on it. The first hint of something wrong, I'm gonna pull right over, right? But it seemed fine, so I go all the way up to Pueblo, get in there at like 8 o'clock at night or 8, whatever it was, 8:30, I think. Drop that load off, and now it's 9 o'clock. I've been up all day. I've been really sort of mentally stressed out about this engine problem, and so I just go and I book a motel, Best Western Plus at Pueblo, Colorado, and I just bobtailed over there. So I parked, get the room, and I just crash out, man. And I took a shower. I was all like hot and sweaty just from driving, feeling nervous. I don't know. So I take a shower and just crashed out. And then, so then I'm like, okay, I got to get this truck in the shop. So I take it in, and they look at it over here at Love's, and they're saying yeah, those hoses are bad. They need to be replaced. And they don't have the hoses, and they're looking around all over the place for these hoses. Even up there, like I'm about 100 miles from Denver, I guess, or more, and they're calling Denver, they're calling all these cities, all these towns, and nothing. So then they're telling me, well, we're going to have them shipped in from someplace, and they should be here today. They were supposed to be here this morning. So I pulled back into the bay here, the garage, and I go and I leave with them. They're like, okay, we're gonna get on it. I go in, have breakfast and coffee. Then I come back because I was gonna get something out of the truck, and then the guy is like, yeah, those hoses aren't in yet. We can't get them. Those are the wrong ones, or something like that. I'm like, who knew that these hoses were like these special super duper hoses? I don't know. He's like, yeah, we didn't know that these is a specific kind of hose, and no one has them around. And so then he gets on the phone with somebody, and they're like, yeah, we've got them in some place in Nebraska, and we can ship them to you, and they'll be here tomorrow, which is Friday. And I went ahead and booked some loads because I thought for sure I was going to be out today. I've been here since Tuesday, and I'm thinking, okay, they're going to get it done. I'll be out today. I get back on the road. I'm just sitting here. I'm just spending money. I ain't making money. Hotels ain't cheap. Food ain't cheap. I'm just sitting here spending money, not making any money. So, and then plus the cost of this is going to cost me probably $1,000 or whatever. Well, because I'm doing a PM. I'm doing other things. I had to get a headlight, the switch or the cord where it plugs in, the plug, I guess you call it. Technical terms, plug. I had to get that replaced. You know, all these little shit. It's gonna probably be, but time I'm out of here, I'm looking at least $1,000, maybe more. So anyhow, so I went ahead, but I booked the load to pick up tomorrow up in Denver, going to Salt Lake, and then I picked up a load from Salt Lake going into Portland, so I can still salvage this week, because my pay period ends on Monday night, right? That's why I try to get things in. That's why getting here to Pueblo on Monday was kind of a big deal too, because I wanted to get that load in on that pay period, but I wasn't going to blow my truck up to do it. That's why, you know, I kind of chanced it, but at the first hint of something, you know, really going wrong, I was going to pull over. But anyhow, so I had 2 loads booked, starting for tomorrow through Monday. That would have salvaged my week. I would have been able to do those 2 loads and still make a profit for my week, right? That's the name of the game, right? Making a profit. And I had to cancel those loads because tomorrow's load, there's no way I could salvage that load. Picks up, it's a live load in Denver, or in Henderson actually, Colorado. It's right out of Denver. And they're not open on Saturdays. They couldn't push it off till Saturday. And the latest they're there at this place, I think, is like 3 or 4 o'clock. You know, they got like banker's hours going on over there. So couldn't salvage that load. So when I had to cancel that load, and since I don't know when I'm going to get to Salt Lake, I had to cancel the Salt Lake load. So now I'm sitting here, penniless, broke ass. That's the name of my iPad. Is you know how you put your name on your devices. It's called Broke Ass Dad. I forget, maybe it's the iPhone. One of these is called Broke Ass Dad, because I'm a dad and I'm a broke ass motherfucker. So anyhow, that's my dilemma. That's my trucker's dilemma going on. But the good news is, this last week I made pretty good dough. So you know, something like I got enough to carry me through the next week, right? And maybe they can get this done tomorrow. I mean, I haven't looked at the load board. I didn't have, this all just sort of went down, and I just got those loads canceled and everything. I could probably still at least break even, maybe, if I can get out of here tomorrow and get a load. See, the thing is about this area, I'm in the Pueblo I-25 corridor, between Pueblo and Denver. And the reason I kind of hate coming here, well, see, the loads coming in here pay pretty well. The loads going out, they have gone up a little bit. I think they're because of inflation, because of gas, fuel prices. It seems like the loads have gone up a little bit, but they don't pay as well. And also, there's almost 99% of the loads are these big, heavy beer loads, which I don't take those loads. They weigh 45,000 pounds, and I'm sorry, I'm not going to take a 45,000 pound in my truck. If a company truck, I'll do it. I'll take beer loads all day in a company truck. If a company wants me to run the hell out of their trucks, fine. But this is my truck. I own this truck. I'm trying to save it. I got almost 800,000 miles in this baby. I'm going to run it into the ground, right? I'm going to run it until I don't run no more. I'm going to get every penny out of it I can. So I'm not picking up 45,000 pound beer loads to go over the Colorado Rockies or any other mountain range around here, because they're almost all going west. There are some going east, I guess, and maybe it's a little bit flatter going out that way. But I say west or east. But east, going east is flatter. Going west, you got the Rockies, and I'm just not doing it. I'm just not taking those loads. So I'm a little picky, I guess. I guess you could say I'm picky. But I'm just not going to do it. So I usually end up sitting here waiting for a lighter load, and even it's I'll take stuff in the 30,000 pound range. That's fine. But once you start getting up above 42, 43, 44, 45,000 pounds, it just unless you got some big monster truck, like some of these old timers, they got these old Peterbilts or whatever. This is a Freightliner, okay? This is like the I don't know. I don't want to. I mean, I like it. I'm not. There's so many people say Freightliners suck or whatever. But, I mean, this is just your average truck. It's not heavy. I mean, it's heavy duty, but 45,000 pounds kind of tears it up. It kind of tears it up. So I'm just not going to take it. I'm just going to take those loads. So I'll sometimes end up sitting here a few days, and so. But that's not why I'm sitting here now. I'm sitting here now because of repairs and breakdowns. But sorry, but that's the thing about the loads that I got. They were good loads because it was for me, for what I like to do. It was only a 20,000 pound load. The one was supposed to pick up tomorrow was only like 20,000 something. So that's perfect. That's perfect for me. And then the load going from Salt Lake to Portland was only like 20 something thousand. So I had two perfect loads, and they both paid really well. They paid.
Unknown caller.
Oops, I forgot to turn my do not disturb on during the show. I'm on the air, people. Don't call me. This is a high-tech show here, man. No. So anyhow, I lost those. They were good paying loads, and it would have fit perfectly. As far as the pay was good, the weight was good, it all was fine. And damn it, these stupid hoses won't be in until tomorrow. He said probably not till 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning, and that means I'll be here all day tomorrow, or into the afternoon, late afternoon. So anyhow, that's just some of the shit truckers go through. You have breakdowns, and you have shit that happens, and you have your whole week all planned, and there's been many occasions when I've had to tear up my little planning sheet here, my little trip planning sheet, and start all over again, So we'll see what happens. Hopefully they'll get that done tomorrow at a decent time. I can go on to onto my load board right now and see if there's any loads, but see what I can salvage. But anyhow, so I went ahead and got some fuel because I've been pretty much on fumes ever since Monday when I got into Pueblo, and then I drove to the hotel. I was like, I don't know, 10 miles or whatever, and then from the hotel I drove to here, and that's another few miles. And then last night I didn't stay in the hotel. I stayed in the truck because I needed to get this back in, because every night they pull you out of they have me in the bay, and then they pull me out of the bay overnight, because then they come in the morning. So anyhow, and it was just easier just to stay in the truck. So I stayed in the truck and had to idle a little. Sometimes I try not to idle too much, but I had to idle a little bit. So anyhow, my fuel was down to fumes, and so just now, a little bit ago, I went ahead and got 50 gallons just so I don't run out, just sitting here. And when I was in there, I saw this baby on the pump, and I was gonna look for something to scrape it off, but actually this is one of those kind that just sort of peels off real easy, So now I get to keep it. This, as a badge of honor, Joe Biden did this. I don't know what that means. We never did anything, so I don't know where I'm going with that. But maybe I will use that when we talk about all the good things he's done. I mean, we're practically at full employment, I think, right? So, Joe did that. I think wages have gone up. When you say Joe did that, people want to talk about, let's say the economy's bad. I mean, yeah, we have inflation, but that's all supply shock. That's not Joe Biden, That's from the pandemic we just went through, and coming out of it, and now there are supply chain issues. I mean, so I'm kind of distracted because now I'm logging in over here on. I was going to just check the load real quick, but so anyhow, glad to see there's some people over there in the chat. That's cool. See, I don't really see it on here. Like I said, I've said before, I use this thing here. My cousin Dan, I don't know if he's still on or not, because I on the iPad, it's not like when I'm doing this, I don't really see like the chats coming through. You know, it kind of just disappears. Okay, as far as shutting down the pipeline is concerned, that wouldn't have made any difference anyhow. The pipeline was already shut down, and then we're years away from that even being online. And that is oil. That's Canadian oil that they want to cut across American land, USA land, down to the Gulf of Mexico, so that they can ship it out over to Saudi Arabia or Europe or Asia or whatever. That wouldn't even have anything to do with prices in the USA. So that whole pipeline argument is a bunch of bullshit, total bullshit. And it's just from listening to people like Sebastian Gorka, you know, and assholes like that you get this misinformation. So I'm just here. I know I'm getting distracted because I'm looking at I'm resetting my NAT. My NAT is my next available time, so I'm going to reset that out. I don't know when to do it too, but maybe I should set it for Saturday. Or maybe tomorrow, but even though I'll be here tomorrow probably. I'll put it tomorrow afternoon in case I find a load tomorrow afternoon. Anyhow, I thought my cousin Dan was sleeping today. I thought he slept during the day. Guess he got up special for me. Okay. So anyhow, yeah. So that's the argument. Increasing regs on domestic. I don't know about that. There's regulations that have been around forever, and yeah, I don't know if the Green Party has anything to do with the prices. It's okay. We had a pandemic where no one was driving basically for about what, a couple years, and then as people now are out and driving, and the oil executives are like, okay, we're going to make up that money that we lost, even though they still made money because these companies make multi billions of dollars every year, even in the down years. But because they didn't make as many billions as they usually make, they were trying to make it up. They even have recordings of them talking about how they're just going to raise the prices just because they can. They're gouging. It's price gouging by these oil executives, and it is supply shock. It is supply chain. It is to some extent the war in Ukraine, but it's mainly due to just oil executives saying, yeah, we're going to raise the prices just because we can, and we're going to do it, and we're going to make up for the money we didn't make in 2020 or whatever. Yeah, so that's another thing. In Biden's first year of office, yeah, he's issued more oil drilling permits than Trump did in his entire 4 years. So and the oil production is already higher. I saw another chart on that. And also, I think these oil executives, they're all Republicans. They don't want Democrats in office. So it's also a way of sabotaging Joe Biden, in my opinion. Because they know that when people see things like high gas prices, that's probably the most kind of visual thing people see. And they're at the pump, and there's really a sticker shock. Like me, I've been filling up, and like a couple times now where it cost me well over $1,000 just to fill up this truck. I've never spent that much ever, and even leading up to that, I mean, these last probably 2 or 3 months, it's been going up and up and up. you know, I mean, it used to cost me, you know, 5, 6, 650. 650 was a high amount of, you know, dollar amount to fill this thing up. And now it's just in a matter of 2 or 3 months. It's, hey, Kiki Strays, there you go. Yeah, yeah. It's been, you know, going up really drastically. So now instead of paying 6 or 650 to fill up, I'm paying 1,050. You know. Hey, all right. Glad you're here. Glad you made it. Awesome. It's awesome. Kiki Streets. So yeah, it's a shocking kind of thing, and it really affects. If like me, I'm an owner operator. This is my business, and it really does affect my business. But you know what? The thing is, I'm gonna get a hell of a write-off. I write all that fuel off. It's all a write-off. So, you know, I usually have $35,000-$40,000 a year in write-offs. Maybe this year I'll have just in fuel. Maybe this year I'll have 50 or 60,000 in write-off. You know, and so there's that. I got that going for me. You know. You notice this holy shirt? I feel like a bum right now. I'm looking at myself in my monitor. 5 or 6 shirts like this. It's a damn seat belt. I'm in the seat so much. Look, and I got, like I said, I got a whole bunch of shirts that have holes right there. And I'm not leaning forward when I drive. I mean, I'm usually just back here, you know, kicking back. You know. I'm just back here listening to my theme song, driving. Sometimes rocks hit my window and it blows into my face. That happens. Go on my YouTube channel, you'll see the video. I have a dash cam and it has a camera that looks back, and you'll see the window explode into me. That happens. Shit happens. Here I am. I'm cruising down on my live broadcast day. I didn't even think about it. I thought, oh, it's a nice green shirt. I like this shirt, and I forgot about that. So now everyone's gonna see that trucker must be poor and he is wearing rags, which is true. Here. Joe did that. Did that to my shirt. Yeah, your uncle is a trucker and your cousins are now. How are your cousins doing? Have they said anything about, you know, what's going on with prices and everything? Or are they happy or sad? And no one's happy about paying $7 a gallon, you know, for diesel fuel or any other type of fuel. I can tell you that. But I think just sitting here blaming it on Joe Biden is kind of ridiculous. Joe Biden, you know, this is a global thing. These prices are happening all over the world. Joe Biden didn't cause the global rise in fuel prices. Okay, and there's inflation going on all over the world. Joe Biden didn't cause inflation to happen all over the world. You know, that's bullshit. This is a supply shock. This is supply chain issues. This is we're still coming out of a pandemic. And I think a large part, as far as fuel prices, I think it's gouging. I think that's the number 1 issue. They work for a big trucking company. Yeah, so yeah, if you work for a trucking company, I worked for I was a company driver for like 10 years. So I didn't give a fuck about fuel prices then. I can remember in I think it was probably around 08 or something, or somewhere around there. It was before Obama took office. I think Bush was still in office, and I remember paying over $5 a gallon for diesel. It went up to over $5 a gallon, and that was the highest I think I'd ever paid at that time. That was the highest, and it went up for whatever reason. I don't know. It was Bush's fault, though, right? If we're gonna blame this on Biden, and we can blame that on Bush, right? But I was a company driver, and I really didn't give a fuck. I mean, not to sound like an asshole, but I had to get fuel, and you get fuel. You just get fuel, and your company pays for it, and that's up to them. And if you're with a big company like Schneider or Swift or Knight or whatever, they probably, and you're using their fuel card, they're probably getting some kind of, fleet discounts and stuff that you don't even know about, that they, after the fact, after in their paperwork, they get these discounts and stuff. That's just like me when I fuel, because I drive, I contract, I'm a contractor, I contract with Schneider, and so I get, if I go to Love's or Flying J, Pilot, TA, I know Love's and Pilot, it's usually they're up to about a 50 cent per gallon discount that I get. And the other ones are about that. They're all maybe a little bit different. 45, 48 cents a gallon discount, stuff like that. So you get some discounts. So, every little bit helps. But I think, I think prices will go down. It's not going to stay at these prices. I think they will drop eventually. I just wonder if it will go back down, because before, I mean, what was the prices? Where did we start from? I mean, I know not too long ago it was in threes, right? 3, 4, and then when it got to 4, I remember going, oh man, that's crazy. Now we're up to, well, it depends on where you go. Like my last fuel I got was in, well, you know what? I just got 50 gallons, and I really didn't pay attention to the price, because I just needed 50 gallons, and I forgot what the price was. Wonder if I have it on here. Well, anyhow, but before that, I filled up in. This was in Phoenix, and it was six something down there, like 6. Because previous to that, I had just gotten fuel in California. It was like $6.99, and the day before, I remember it was like $7.05. I got fuel the next day. It had gone down 5 cents to $6.99. Then I got fuel in Phoenix. I think it was like $6.39 or 6 something like that. So that was like 70 cents cheaper or whatever in Phoenix. And then I just got fuel here, and I'm just wondering. Okay, they have it at $5.68. So now we're down in. I'm in Colorado, and the diesel is $5.68, so that's pretty good. I mean, that's coming down, right? As I head out to California, it'll probably be back up to almost 7 again. I don't know, but I don't know. I think it's a temporary thing. I think we're going to get back down to more reasonable prices. Yeah, I don't know. That's kind of ancient history now, isn't it? Yeah, that's a funny comment. It's hard for me to read the comments, because as soon as I push it, it just like disappears. I don't know if it's just an iPad, because I'm doing this on an iPad. If it's a deal, if that's the deal. But anyhow, here I am. I'm at the Love's, as you can see. Oh, I should do a like Hal does. What's it called? A reset. This is John Fowler OTR show, and I am in Pueblo, Colorado. Please like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget. Just push those little buttons: like, share, and subscribe. And I come on here every Tuesday and Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific time. Even though last Tuesday I came on at 8 o'clock Pacific time, because I'm an idiot. I don't know. I forgot I was in Mountain Time Zone. So anyhow, yeah, Joe Biden he ripped my shirt, bastard. Joe, fucker. It's dropping out. I don't know. So I don't know what you guys can see. Issues here. I don't know why. What's going on? If it keeps going on, I guess I'll have to show. Maybe if you could just give me a thumbs up if anyone can hear me right now. Or a yo. I don't know. Yeah, I think it's me. I think it's on my end. Can you hear me now? That's good. Cool. So I tried to go on the switched over. I was just doing like the cellular signal. I put on the Love's Wi-Fi, and usually I was waiting for the screen to pop up to log in. It never did come out. Oh, it seems like we're going through. Seems like I'm going through. So fingers crossed. I can't cross my fingers. I'm so old. Ugh. I'm back. I don't know what you guys have heard in a few minutes. I was trying to get signal going. It's getting kind of shut the engine off. I'm gonna roll down these windows. Hopefully it's not too loud. Let's see. If it gets too loud, I'll roll them up. There's a reefer over two stalls over. Actually, that's not the reefer running. I think that might be an APU, which is the guy next to me. He's got a tri-pack APU. Oh, it's not too loud though. So anywho, yeah. So I don't know where we were at. But anyhow, I was just talking earlier about my trucking adventures and my gas price adventures, and it's all Biden's fault, it's all Trump's fault, it's all oil executives' faults, it's all the Saudis' faults. Whatever. We'll get through it. I think prices will drop eventually in the fall, probably. And so we just got to get through it. Just ride it. Ride through it here. Now, let's see. Today, are they doing the hearings right now? What day is the day? Today's Thursday. I think they were supposed to be doing the hearings. Don't know if that's started yet. I think it starts later. A little bit later. So they're going to get back with that. And so, here's the thing. I didn't really think about this. Can you guys still hear me okay? Everyone hear me? They start in 15 minutes. Okay. So I might make sure we'll end before then, if anyone wants to go and watch that. But something that just occurred to me: if I watch this broadcast that I'm doing, I can watch it on my iPhone, which is right over here. And then I can see the chats better because on here it flashes for a second and just disappears. But this one here, it's like the regular scroll, so that's cool. So what's going to happen today at the hearings? Anyone know? I guess they're going to bring in coast to coast. I have done some coast to coast. But actually, since the pandemic started in was that March of 2020, right? I believe about then, maybe a little earlier. I have been just pretty much the 11 Western states. I didn't want to go East Coast or go too far from home. I'm based out of Southern California. I actually live in Las Vegas now, which is like I just moved there a couple years ago. But my kids and family all live in. My kids live in Southern California, and I didn't want to go. I was thinking, like, when the zombie apocalypse hits, I don't want to be on the East Coast. At least if I'm in Denver or New Mexico or whatever, I could get home pretty easily. But if I was up way back on the East Coast, it'd be a lot harder. So I've just been on pretty much these 11 Western states, I guess. Mainly, this is about as far east as I go. I-25 corridor. for the last 2 years now, over 2 years. So, but I have gone. I used to do where because mainly, most of my driving has been probably, even before that, not much more than like the middle of the country, maybe Kansas City or down to Houston. But every now and then I would take a trip. Like I did Florida a couple times. I did upper New England, or the New England states and the East Coast a couple times. And then I would try to do like maybe once a year, just to go and see that part of the country. But then the thing about it is, the hard thing, I'm based out in the West Coast in California, and if you're in New York or New Jersey or anywhere up there, it's really, really hard, at least on the load board that I have, and working with Schneider and stuff, it's always been really, really hard to get back. So if I want to do a trip out to New York or New Jersey or something, then I might just be stuck getting loads for like 2 months or something before I can. And you almost never, I don't think I've ever gotten anything with it. It'd be nice if you could just get a load that would go from New York all the way back to California. That'd be awesome. But I don't see those on my load board. And so you have to get something that will creep you back. Maybe you'll find a load that gets back to Columbus, Ohio, and then you get a load that goes down into Kentucky or something, and you get a load that, you sort of have to hopscotch back, and it can sometimes take you like I say, a couple of months just to get back home. So it's kind of easy the way I do it. I kind of do a loop. It seems like Nevada to Phoenix to Denver to Salt Lake, Portland, Seattle, back down to Phoenix, and I kind of do that circuit. It's not like an intentional. It's not like it's not like a dedicated run or anything like that. It's kind of random, but that is the way it kind of works out. You just do this circuit around between those states that I just mentioned, and it works out good. I think that works out good for me. I can get home, whenever, pretty reasonably. I was going to try to get home. That's another thing. I was going to try to get home for Father's Day, because my son had said, he asked me if I was going to be home, and then, and he wanted to do something, and that was like last week we were talking, and I was like, yeah, let's see if I can get home, and then all this being delayed, I was like, well, I'll just cancel Father's Day, because we're gonna get together for 4th of July. We have a Dodger game planned. We're gonna see the fireworks show at Dodger Stadium, and we'll probably maybe hit Disneyland up or something like that. So we got that kind of a big day planned for that, or big, a few days. So maybe I'll just skip Father's Day this year. But I was almost thinking about, if I'm gonna be stuck here, I was going to look up flights, because there is an airport out of Pueblo. I never did get around to it. I was thinking maybe I would just get on a plane, fly into Ontario, and then we could go have dinner or something. But maybe I'll still do that. I don't know. We'll just see what happens. Probably after the show, I will look up the flights to see what's going on, because I might be here. Well, see, that's the thing. I want to salvage this week somehow. So I'll probably, like I said, I'll probably cancel my whatever Father's Day we're going to do, and I'll just get a load to at least kind of break even for the week, or maybe I'll make a few $100. I don't know. Probably will, but maybe I can still make $1,000 or something. The Tony Michaels podcast. Who's Tony Michaels? Who the hell is Tony Michaels, and why are you cheating on me? No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, I guess it's going to be a big day at the, see if there's going to be more bombshells dropped at the hearings. I thought the last hearings, were pretty interesting. I really thought it was funny how I'm going to roll this up because it's getting kind of loud out there. Maybe I can just crack the window, get a little cross breeze in here. I'm in the shadow of the building, so it kind of keeps it kind of cool. But a lot of things came out about on the last one. I think about how that basically Donald Trump is just a big grifter. It's all a big grift, and this whole thing about about the voter fraud is all a big lie, and he just keeps the lie going. Trump keeps the lie going, keeps it going, keeps going, and he keeps bringing in money, and it's a big money raiser for him. And I thought the guy, what was it, Al Schmidt? He was like Pennsylvania. I don't know if he was Secretary of State or whatever, but I guess it was Liz Cheney was asking him about if they found any voter fraud, and there was these allegations of like 8,000 dead people that voted. And his quote, I love this quote, he's like, not only did we not find 8,000 people, we didn't even find 8 people. You know, I mean, so, and then more of those lies, the Trump lies, over and over and over and over again. Rudy Giuliani is bringing these cases to court. They're getting thrown out left and right because there's no standing, there's no proof, there's no evidence. Never even provided any evidence. It was just, oh, we're claiming that there was voter fraud, cheating going on. Where's your proof? The judge is asking him, where's your freaking proof? Oh, we don't have any. So you get Rudy Giuliani has become a laughing stock. Whatever credibility he had, whatever good name he had, it's down the toilet. And all because of what? Trying to get money from Trump? Trying to get some fame? I don't know. So that's what came out of that. And then I love the, I forget who it was. I guess it was, maybe it was in the film that they were showing about Trump. And I just remember that they said something about Trump was the, I wrote it down, he's a disappointed loser. And that just made me crack up because I'm just thinking how perfect that was. Like, I would love to make a meme of, a sad Trump face, and put like disappointed loser. Someone needs to make that meme. If I knew how to do it, I would do it. In fact, I could do one, but I might do that. And basically, I think it really showed a lot of people, maybe a lot of MAGA also, that Trump is just a grifter. This whole thing's a grift. His organization, whatever it was called, raised $250 million. None of it has gone to prove his big lie. It's all his little slush fund. He claims to be a billionaire. I really don't think he is. I think he needs that money, actually, because I think he's going broke. He's trying to keep his nose above water, and he's just grifting. Grifter be grifting. So that's what came out of the last hearings, as far as I was concerned. This one today, I'm not sure what they, who they have planned to come in today. I remember we were talking about it today on the Seven Miller Show. I forget who it was. But anyhow, it'll be interesting to watch. Maybe it'll help more people become aware of the grift and the con of Don the Con. I'm just looking at my hair now. Look, I haven't got a haircut since November. I forget the exact date. I remember it was 2019. I went down to San Diego. My daughter was going to college down in San Diego, and she was in a play, and so we went down there to see her play, and I got a haircut. That was in 2019, and I got it cut pretty short, so 2019, you got 2020, 21, so it's been 2 at least 2.5 years, right? Oh, since I got that haircut. And I mean, yeah, it's long. It's kind of long, but I would think maybe, I guess because I'm old. I mean, I am. Look at this. This is all I got right here. I used to have hair down here, but I don't know. I would just think that maybe because I'm old, it doesn't grow very much. I would think at 2.5 years that this hair would be down to my ass. You know what I mean? But it's just down over my collar, like a couple inches, I guess. And that's it. That's 2.5 years of growth. Because I did get it all pretty much buzzed off when I got that last haircut. So that's weird. I mean, I know you go bald and you recede, but I didn't know that, that doesn't just grow whatever you got, right? 2.5 years, I would literally think that hair would be down to the crack of my ass by now. But anyhow, okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to call it a day. Thank you for being here. I appreciate the chat, people coming on and interacting. Please remember to share, like, and subscribe. You just hit those little buttons, boom, boom, boom. It's really easy. So that's awesome. I'll be here. I'm going to try to do this every Tuesday, Thursday, schedule permitting. I am a truck driver. It seems like Tuesdays, I usually kind of have Tuesdays kind of like my day off, and then Thursday we'll just see what happens, but I can usually, a lot of my loads are kind of flexible, and I have the flexibility to kind of maybe start late in the day or whatever. Okay, so that's it. Thanks a lot, guys and gals and guys and gals. Who said that? Who said that? Remember, like, share, subscribe. See you next Tuesday, 9 a.m. Pacific time. And see you later, Jolie. See you later, King Street. See you later, Dan The Rock. And whoever else is on here, I appreciate guys coming on and watching this. I'd love to make this a little bit bigger show. I like talking to you guys, and I like sharing my perspective. The politics things, I don't know. I'm not the greatest guy. I'm not the smartest guy, but I can at least talk about truck shit, and maybe people can find that interesting too. About the trucking world, the eyes from the point of view of the trucker and all that kind of stuff. Okay, all right. I'll see ya Tuesday, and I'll go out if I can. Maybe I won't. I think I screwed it up. Oh wait. Going out with my outro. Yeah, I like trucking talk too. Alright, guys. That's it. Thanks for being here. See you Tuesday, 9 a.m. from somewhere in the United States of America. At a truck stop or a rest area. Maybe even a Walmart parking lot. Who the hell knows where I'll be on Tuesday? Alright guys, I'm out. See you later. Ciao.